Avant tout ça que blood. Hi and welcome to the Ruby Tuesday. My name is Ruben and this is my review for Netflix's original short series Vampires. A Paris teen who is half human, half vampire grapples with her emerging powers and family turmoil as she is pursued by a secret vampire community. This series is 6 episodes, 45 minutes long, and I feel like this series doesn't know what it wants to be. There is this like romantic element that is throughout the episodes, and it feels like it's trying to be Interview with a Vampire, but it also feels like it's pitched at young teens, I would say middle age, and even though it's an 18 and it's very gory, it's very sexualized in parts. At least once in every episode there'll be somebody having sex. Not that I have an issue with that. It just feels like whoever made this series was a bit horny at least once in each of the episodes. That's fine. Was the story any good? I would say it's okay. The acting's okay and it's put together well. One of the strongest things or the strongest points that the series has going for it is the cinematography. I thought the cinematography was pretty good in parts. I particularly liked a sequence underwater, the swimming. I thought that was pretty good. The night time shooting with the ambience and the colors, the way it is shot has some good atmosphere. The problem is I never really engaged with the actors. That's probably because I'm not in the demographic, although I don't really know which demographic they're pitching for in this series. It feels a bit all over the place, like they literally didn't know which demographic or which vampire people. You know, you have certain people that are interested in vampires of this type and vampires of this type. So many series and movies have been done with vampires. In fact, you could be confused when you're searching for this series, like which vampires, because there's vampires. There's the vampires movie, there's the vampire series, there's a vampire documentary in 2010. There's just so many, even just with the word vampires. And this has been done to death, and I don't feel like this does anything new. There's no ground. Not that it has to recreate the genre, the vampire genre, but I didn't feel like this was anything new. They are pitching that it is kind of like a disease. We've seen one of those recently on Netflix again. It also pitches it as it's there's a community and there's a hierarchy and you have to deal with that in this vampire storyline. I think that's okay. There are times when I thought, okay, I'm entertained now. It does feel like it doesn't have a very big budget, because there are times I feel like it could have really done with an injection of cash in a particular scene, use some of the vampiric powers. The best powers I could see that the vampires had is when they get affected by the sun, so there is some traditional lore that they're going for with this. But I was hoping to see some other vampire moments, like jumping on the ceiling, maybe go for a bit more of the horror. It feels very kind of generic vampire series. So they've ticked all the boxes and has gone for kind of young, I'd say middle teenage, not young teenager, just 16, 17, maybe 15 for that kind of demographic, and yet it's an 18 and it's very bloody and it's very sexualized in places. And then the story is interesting in moments. You have this vampire hierarchy and you never know who's going to trust. People betray each other. You have the half-breed vampire like Blade. I feel like this has all been done before, and they've thrust all the vampire kind of noir lore in together in one mini series, and Netflix have gone, here's 6 episodes, see what you can do, see whether you can get a second season, whether you get people interested in watching this. I think the acting is fine. It's nothing to write home about. It's nothing, no one stood out to me and went, yeah, that is brilliant. But it's okay. So if you want another vampire thing to watch, then this is a generic thing. It's not awful, but it's not great. I would give this the run-of-the-mill C. Let me know if you've heard about this series, whether you're going to watch it, if you're interested in it. I'm not sure about this one. I definitely don't think I will watch a second season of this. I don't think there's any need. I think this the vampire genre has been done to death, and this doesn't take any new ground. It's okay. If you love vampire stuff, I think there's loads better to watch out there. There's so much better. Go and watch Interview with a Vampire, or read the books, or watch Lost Boys. There are so many great vampire movies out there, and series actually, that are better than this. I feel like I've been very harsh on this series, but it's not terrible. It's okay. What did you think about this series? Are you going to watch it? How are you doing with your isolation? What are you watching? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching this review, but most of all, until next time, remember, live long and Tuesday.